Go ahead. I got you.
Yeah. Could you introduce yourself?
My name is City. What's your name?
My name is Abe.
Nice to meet you, Abe.
Nice to meet you too. And your real name is?
I would like not to put that out there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you hosted the party on July 4th?
Yes, I did.
Could you tell me what the party was like?
Okay, so the party was it was chill. Like in the beginning of the party, people were showing up. They were coming trying to figure out what we were going to do because it was such an open area. So, and I don't know if you've ever been to Kimitaka Park. Have you been there?
No.
Okay, so it's by a bay. It's like a square pretty much, and then you got the seawall, then you got another area of water, correct? And so and then you have the grass area. So the park is actually pretty big. So as people were coming, of course, they was trying to figure out, well, what do we do? You know, so I just told them, you know, if you would like to social distance or be not close to everybody, there's plenty of room for you to do that. This is something that every person who came to the park, I expressed this to them. Like, if you want to social distance, you want to stay away from everybody, you can do that. If you want to eat, do whatever, you can do that. We have music, you want to dance a little bit, you can do that. It's just, just giving them information so they didn't feel like, I do this with any event that I have, or any barbecue, pool party, anything. As the people are coming in, I'm the host. So some of them don't know who I am. Some of them are just friends of people. So, you got to let them know. So pretty much it was like that the whole time.
What did you have? Barbecue?
Yeah, we had barbecue, drinks offered by a Japanese company. What else? Music, Japanese DJs. All the staff is Japanese, or locals, So, yeah, that was pretty much the gist of the event. It was less like any barbecue. It was just that we had a lot extra, a lot bigger space also.
Right. Do you have any idea how many people gathered there?
I don't know, really. I really can't tell you. I do know this for a fact, that up till about maybe 6:30 p.m., we probably didn't have more than 300 people, maybe up to about 6 o'clock. And then a big thing in Okinawa and with anybody who comes to these type of hip hop events or anything, they show up late. They're waiting for the sun to go down. And being that we planned to end at 9, most people knew most people were going to show up when the sun started going down, which is around 7:30. So that's when the majority of the people came. So but you can't really see everybody at that point. All you know is it is a lot of people here, even though everybody just moved to one area because it's dark. There's only lighting in one area. So
when did the party start?
I got there by myself to set up maybe 1 p.m. Yeah, maybe 1 p.m.
And the party started
when I got there.
Okay.
To me, it started when I got there because I'm the one waking up early in the morning, setting up, having to set it up and make sure that it's, safe for everybody, clear out any area, clean up trash that's already there. It's one of the big things I do. And if I have a party somewhere or anywhere, I will clean up the area first and then start doing what I have to do. That way, I was in the military, so one thing in the military they say is, leave the place cleaner than you found it. So I clean up before and then clean up after.
Okay. Can you guess a ratio of local people versus the American people?
Local to Americans, there's local Americans too. You do know that, right? That aren't military. So I would say this, that being that in the beginning, it was mostly all Japanese in the beginning. For maybe the first hour and a half, it was Japanese. And then, like I was saying before, most of the local foreigners who was looking to have a good time, they showed up around maybe 4 o'clock. So for maybe the first 2 hours, it was mostly local Japanese people. And then it started filling up with everybody else, I'd say, because the ratio was probably maybe 60-40. I would say.
Which is 60.
60 more foreigners.
Okay.
You know, because I can't say everybody was military because we did have a lot of local foreigner. I have a lot of local foreigner friends that aren't originally from Japan, of course. And yeah, it's about 60-40.
I see, yeah.
Mostly military, of course.
And do you know that there is military people who are new to this town?
At the moment, I sort of did, but not really, because it's hard to know what's going on with the military bases. I mean, I have a lot of friends who were in the military, high-ranking individuals, low-ranking individuals, and they don't really tell you what's going on. They're not supposed to, you know. So it would be tough for me to say that I knew that there was new people on the island. But I do know this. It is PCS season, which means it's the season where people are coming in and out. That's summertime. It's always during summertime. So yeah.
So but you don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know for sure because they just opened up that people were allowed to come in because like it was EPCON B, so they started letting people come back or PCS here. So like I said, do I know? Not for a fact, but I have just that there is PCS season.
Right.
Yes.
So this event is you can go walk away and walk in and walk away for free, right?
Yes,
so
it was a free event, so you can come and go as you please. There was no gate, no nothing. I didn't block the park off or anything like that. So I didn't want to do anything I just wanted to give people a chance to have fun. A lot of people ask me, hey, City, can you do another one? Do another party. And, I was waiting for other people to do parties before I did it myself, waited for the clubs to open up, all of that. And once I started seeing everybody out in the clubs packed, off base and on base, I was like, oh, okay, so we can do a party too then. So that was why. But at the same time, I knew people just wanted to get out. So it wasn't about trying to stop people from coming or make them pay or nothing like that. It was just about having a good time.
How often have you been having parties like this?
Well, I really don't have a lot of outdoor parties. The only reason I did outdoor parties right now is because of what's going on. It's safer that way. It's safer to do the party outside, to do the barbecue outside. Of course, it's a barbecue to be outside, but it's like barbecue party, So it's much safer to do it outside. People have room to separate themselves. Now, we can't control everybody. So once it starts becoming a lot of people, my parties always have a lot of people. This is a fact. And before COVID, we was doing them at venues, promoting clubs and bringing a lot of people to the clubs and venues, having 600-700 people come out. So, yeah.
I know that you had a party in June in Nakagusuku.
Yes, I did.
So is these two are open event that you have?
Yes, both of them. You have to pay for nothing. So except for the Japanese company that provided the drinks and the food and stuff, that's an actual company in Okinawa. So, but other than that, for the first barbecue, you didn't have to pay for anything. We just, hey, here's food. You want some food? You want some drinks? Blah blah blah. If you wanted to donate, you could donate. So I would assume maybe somebody donated, but really it was a local thing, like local ran type not even fun, like a funding non-profit thing, I guess you could say. That's the best word to say, non-profit event. It was just to do something for everybody so we can have a good time. And if you wanted to contribute, you could. If you didn't, we didn't care either. We just wanted to have people have a good time.
I thought people are buying foods and drinks.
For the first one?
For the first one, too.
No.
And the second one, too. But
no, for the second one, people were buying food for the most part. For the first one, I don't think any of that happened because we didn't care. We didn't care about anything. We just wanted to do a barbecue. That's all we wanted to do for the first one. And then for the second one, I have a friend. He has a company out here, and he wanted to help out because he's seen how busy we were and how it was stress because we had to clean up so much and we had to cook all the things, and we didn't even get started with cooking until on the first event until maybe 5 p.m. and we started at 2 or something like that, or maybe 6 p.m. It was late. So it made it much easier for us to have someone, an outside source, to be able to control that, because it's really just me. It's just me doing these parties, setting them up. Like I said, I was there at 1 p.m. setting up, and I don't know, I like it. So I'm not saying it's an issue or anything. It's just it's a part of doing what I do. You know, I'm talking to you now because of what I do. So.
I thought you were making a living out of those parties.
Oh, not these barbecues.
In the inside events you do, but
on the inside events, yes, I promote for venues, and you know, we make deals and stuff like that over the years or whatever. And but that's different from these barbecues. These barbecues is really just something for everybody to come to and have a good time. That's really it. That's really the only reason I did them. You know, I don't know who else is gonna do it. You know, like I said, I waited for everybody to be able to go out for the most part and do whatever, try to make it as safe as possible, but I can't control everything.
So about the second Kim Taka Park event, did you get any money from those vendors, those food vendors?
From the food vendors? No, we just did whatever. We just set up. You know, I don't know how to say it. We just went about having an event more than anything. That's it.
So you didn't earn money out of it?
No, I wouldn't say I earned any money. I was more putting in a sense of, how do I say, trying to do something that brought happiness to people more than anything. You know, whether I made money or not, that's not really important, you know. So yeah, that's about the most I want to say about that, because I don't want to make this about, you know, whether someone, I think people are trying to make me out to be somebody who's like money hungry or something like that. So I'm trying to find the right words to express this. Sure. That is not what's going on here. If you talk to a lot of people who know me, it's more about me trying to bring light to people in a situation where there's like a bunch of negative things going on in the world right now. And for someone to say that's what, I have a big following. If I was a money hungry type person, I wouldn't have that following. That's a fact. You know, I don't think people attract to people like that in the way that people support me. I really don't think so.
Okay. Right. And the party was closed when the police came? No,
the party was not closed when the police came. The police showed up twice that night. And then the first time the police showed up, I talked to them because they could speak a little bit of English, and I didn't have no one to speak Japanese for me because I just didn't feel like bringing the attendees into the situation, what was going on. I didn't know what was happening at the moment. So I asked them, I said, is there a problem? They said, no problem. They said that, you know, they noticed that there was people out here, a lot of people, and they wanted to know if there was any military out there, because that's the first thing they always ask, are these people military? And I said, yes, there's some military, but there's a lot of locals too. There was like a bunch of Japanese people right there in front of them when they showed up, because like I said, a lot of people support me. So when they seen the cops, the first thing they wanted to do was go talk to them like, hey, what's going on? What do you want? You know? So all my Japanese friends were actually standing there like, do you need us to talk? And I'm like, no, it's okay. Don't worry. Go enjoy yourself. So, but like I said, the first group of people, they weren't like that. They did say they were going to call the military police just because there are military people out there. And then the second group of cops that came out, they were a little bit different. They showed up, because I told the first group we was ending at 9, and they said, okay. Then the second group that showed up, they were a little bit more, hey, we're getting sound problem calls and from people living in the area, And I actually, this is another thing I wanted to say. I actually put the party at Kimitaka Park because I thought we was further enough away from people's houses. Wrong about that, you know. So definitely wrong about that. And I want to say that I was wrong about that. But if you go to Kimitaka Park, it seems like it's far. It's across the water, you know. And the closest house is maybe like 2 miles. So, and we only had 2 speakers. So maybe the echo or something. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, the second group of cops, they said that, what did they say? They said that the sound, mm-hmm. and they said something about permission, about, do you know that you were supposed to have permission? I said, no, this is a park. And they said, well, you know, we're not going to stop your party, but it's almost 9. And we're not going to give you any citing or anything, but you need to clean up when you're done. We're going to wait for you to clean up. And by this time, I have someone there to speak Japanese for me. And this is what happened with that situation. And actually, people don't know this. The cops actually helped us clean up. Mm-hmm. They actually did. Mm-hmm. And I was very surprised at that. And that's when I knew they weren't mad. They were just concerned, mm-hmm. you know, about the situation or whatever, but they were very nice to us. And I want to say that I always said this: Aruma City Police and Okinawa City Police are very nice. They're probably the nicest police on the island. So, but yeah, they was pretty nice about it. They nicely told me, hey, you know, you stopping at 9, please stop at 9 and make sure you clean up. And the person who owns the area said that you should have talked to him first before you did this. And from there, you know, we went about our business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
yeah, the person, well, actually that was Okinawa Prefecture government that owns that park. Mm-hmm. And you didn't get the permission.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to get permission when you had a party like this?
Oh yes, I actually have someone to speak for me now. Mm-hmm. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I did for that barbecue where I thought I was doing the right thing. You know, sometimes you think you're doing the right thing and you're not. I thought I had a park away from everything. Come to find out, you had to get permission for the park. Didn't get in trouble for it, but was told, hey, don't do that again. What else? So I thought I was further away from houses. Come to find out, music travels way further than you think it does. And thought I was social distancing people. People don't listen. You know, like, because they want to turn up. They want to have a good time. It's not really about them listening. It's just that, I mean, people were turning up all across the island for July 4th weekend. So, yeah, I think, yeah, you just have to look at stuff that you do. You really have to, like, dig deep. You know, it just opened my eyes, like, dig deeper, you know, when it comes to, you know, Japan has a lot of rules that we don't have in America. So, you know, you live and learn.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so, and the media is pointing out your party about for the causing the COVID-19.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is false. Mm-hmm. That's the most false piece of information I've ever seen. And I think it started with someone who doesn't like me starting a rumor. For 3 days that my video of everybody having a good time was out, even pictures, and no one said anything. No one told me I was wrong about anything. No one sent me hate mail. No one said anything. People was actually liking and sharing the video. This was a good party, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody, I guess, didn't like that and made a rumor. And over the past 3 days, the investigations have proven that there is not one person who has COVID or even the cause of COVID from my event. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that the truth finally came out from that. But, you know, there's still some issues with the fact that people who showed up, and it's kind of, you know, it makes me feel weird that people are potentially in a bad situation because they were just trying to have a good time. And that's another reason why I just feel like at this point, I don't even want to do any events for like the next 3 or 4 months. It's just because if that's the way it's going to be, to where if I try to do something that the whole island is doing, and because I have more awareness, more views, more eyes on me as a person, and I get blamed for it when there's no facts to prove it, it makes me feel like I don't even want to do it anymore. You know, so like it's somewhere in the back of my head, I actually don't want to do events anymore. And you know, a lot of people are like, man, don't let them get to you, you know, blah, 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 blah. But it's not y'all having the finger pointed at you. Y'all aren't the villain right now. You know, I'm not a perfect person, but it's not cool. That wasn't cool at all. Whoever did that, that wasn't cool. That was like the lowest thing you could do, to create such a false rumor. And there's no backing to it. So now even the people who don't want to believe the facts that I'm not the cause of the COVID spike and my barbecue had nothing to do with the COVID spike, which is a fact. And none of my friends or anyone who's attended, and there's over 100 people that I have contacted to ask them, have you been tested? They said, yeah, no COVID. I said, do you know anybody? They said, no, bro, I don't even know if there's really anybody with COVID. To them, it's like a conspiracy, you know? So that was very low. That was a very low thing.
Did you reach out to the military public health office authorities?
I actually I can't really speak on how I know. You know, I just don't want to speak on how I know, but I know. I did reach out to Okinawa Public Health, and they told me there's nobody. They said they don't know why people are saying this either. Because, you know, of course they hear about it and they're like, this isn't true, you know, so yeah, I know. Everybody knows, you know, it's an investigation that there's a bunch of people who came, they're being questioned, and, you know, the truth comes out after you start to dig a little deeper and do a little bit of tracing. You start to realize, this is a bad rumor, you know, but I mean.
Can you confirm that you have not been approached by the military public health authorities?
Oh, no, of course not. It's a false rumor. No, there's no military public health people contacting me or anything. There's no Okinawa public health people contacting me.
You contacted by yourself?
Yes, I got in contact with everybody myself. So just to ease my mind, because this is a stressful situation. This is like something that you wouldn't want this. You know, you'd be stressed out. Your hair is gray right now, but it'll be super gray at the end of this. So surprisingly, I have no gray hair off of this. I'm very surprised because I was really stressed out. But I kept a positive light for the people who are going through things right now, for people who are being accused of things that they didn't do. And I wanted to show positivity and stay positive so they know, like, even when things are the worst, you have to stay positive. If you crumble, then, you know, I don't know. Crumbling it happens. But if you crumble, it's going to be hard to dig yourself out of that if you crumble all the way. I maybe crumble to like 80% of like, oh man, you know, I'm leaving Okinawa, you know, forget these people, you know. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm not finna let these people run me out of a place that I love. I didn't cause no COVID spike. You know, there's parties everywhere. You know, so, and that's another thing that I was told, is that the fact is that there was parties, events, clubs open everywhere, all across the island. Clubs have been open for maybe a month and a half now in Okinawa because emergency is up, and they've been packed out 400, 500, 600 people, and they said there's no point of where this come from. There's not even a point of if it came from the clubs, you know. There's truth. People know what happened, you know. Now they do, but in the beginning, when the rumor came out, they didn't know.
There were events on base too, actually, held by military.
Yes, I would assume it was. It was July 4th weekend, so I would assume they had a lot. I don't really know what happened on base. I did see videos of different places, because when this came out, people were sending me stuff. They was like, yo, why they ain't talking about this? Why they ain't talking about this? And I said, it's because it's me, bro. They want to just They want to come after me. They want me. They want to put me on the chopping block, try to crush me down. Too strong for that. You're gonna try harder.
Yeah, you touched it a little, but so the health alert condition was lowered, but at that time.
Yes, it was super low. That's I hit on that earlier. I waited. I even posted on my media page, hey, we're canceling all events until because of COVID, and please be safe out there. I posted this in maybe March, the beginning of March, end of March. I posted this on one of my media pages. It's still there. Wish they would have pulled that up, But I posted that, and then maybe the end of June, I said we was going to do a barbecue. It's free. Everybody can pull up. Pull up if you can. Another thing I want to say is this. No one helped me promote my barbecues. It was all me. There was no military involved to promote my barbecues. There's that rumor is out there. I didn't ask not one person from the military to promote my barbecues.
When did you retire?
I got out 2014.
14. Yes.
Yeah.
And which service was it?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. And so
I've been out too long. It's like 6 years.
Right. So but people are pointing out about the video that you showed that people are dancing so close to each other.
Swag surf.
What was the name of the music?
Swag surfing. It's like club turn up anthem. That song came out when I was in high school, I think. And it's if you want to know, it doesn't matter where you go. If you play swag surfing, people will forget everything that they was trying to do before you played it. Like literally someone could be leaving out of the club and you play swag surf and they coming back just to get into the swag surf. That's how moving it is. I play that song somewhere with some young people, and I bet you if you played it somewhere and you was driving by some young people, they'll probably be like, they can't help it. It's like takes over their mind. And even older people, because like I said, it came out when I was in high school, I think. So, I'm older than all the young people, but there was a lot of older people come to my events too. Like let's move backwards in time. I had 3 events this year before this COVID thing happened. I had an all-white party. There's a video of that, of the all-white party playing swag surfing, and if you look at that video, you will understand why that happened at the barbecue. Because before that song came on at the barbecue, everybody was in their own little areas. The DJ would play, line dance, cha-cha, slide, stuff like that. Even they were still separated from each other during that time. So, yeah, that song's powerful.
How long would you say that dancing close to each other?
It's only the intro of the song. It's really on the intro. It lasts, maybe 40 seconds. It's just the intro.
That's it?
Yeah, as soon as they... They already know. They hear that ting, that sound ting. They already know what song it is. It's really just a ting. It just pops in your head, and you know what's about to happen. And everybody just, let's do it together.
And they gather for like 40 seconds, and
everybody put their hand on their friend or somebody they don't know, which is not a good idea in this situation. But everybody put their hands on a friend they don't know, and they swag surf.
And after 40 seconds, they went away.
Yeah, they jump around a little bit because the song gets turned up after that. Turned up means it gets more hyper. So the swag surf, and then it goes to another part of the song, and it turns up a little bit. So they jump around a little bit, and then DJ changes the song because nobody listens after the first 1 minute of the song. That's all they're listening to. After that, DJ changes the song to something else.
Right.
Yeah, it's real. That song is very powerful. Now it makes me think about it, like that song is the reason why we're talking about this right now. Because if there wasn't that video, this wouldn't even be a conversation. I doubt that person would even put out that rumor. But because of that video and, maybe my caption saying that I think there was 1,000 people there, it probably made someone, feel like 1,000 people? What? They're going to cause COVID, It was just that little bitty piece of the party.
Yeah. Did you take down that video from SNS?
Yes, I took it down because one of the big things is I don't like people getting in trouble for things that when they're just trying to have a good time. You know, the whole world is having a good time on July 4th. Now everybody's going after these people just for having a good time when everybody's having a good time. You know, there's videos everywhere over 4th of July. I've seen them, but they chose my video. And I felt like, you know what? I'll delete everything. If y'all are going to do that, y'all are going to try to get people in trouble when you probably were out having a good time. You probably went somewhere. You probably didn't wear a mask. You didn't do this. It's like, okay, I'm not pointing a finger at nobody, but if you're going to point the finger at me, it's like, man, y'all are mean, yo. You're some mean people. Like, you don't have nothing else better to do but point the finger without, you know, looking at facts. Yeah, maybe I could have done a lot of things differently, but you're not perfect either. You know, stop trying to be, I don't know, a chatty patty. I think that's what we call them. Chatty patty person. I like him, blah, 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 you know. Like, people try to have a good time during 4th of July weekend. Everybody's complacent. Me, I was complacent. Those of us who was at the party, those of us who went to other parties, everybody's complacent. It's all of our fault, you know. So for anyone to blame it on one person, you don't see me out here saying, pointing fingers at other places or nothing. No, I'm saying we thought it was okay, just like everywhere else thought it was okay. And come to find out, we have nothing to do with these COVID cases. It's just that somebody just wanted to point a finger.
Do you think any service member can get in trouble for being out there?
I don't know, really. I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm hearing a lot of my friends being cleared. I'm hearing, you know, they are assuming that it's a lot. I can't really speak on it. You know, before I took this interview with you, you know, I wanted to make sure of what I could say, you know, according to, I just don't want to speak on things that I don't know.
Sure.
You know, I really don't know what's going on with a lot of that. It's a lot of hearsay. Once again, a lot of hearsay, a lot of rumors is going on about myself right now, or what's going to happen to me, and what's going to happen to military individuals, or what's going to happen to this person and this person. And I'm like, if you don't know what's going on, please don't speak on it. Because what you're doing is you're making the situation worse for people who probably are not going to get in trouble. And if you keep bringing it up to them, then maybe they may bring it back up or something, you know. But for the most part, I think a lot of people are okay. But it all depends on what goes on with them and their situation.
Do you know one case that people are punished for being there? I mean, by the military.
No, I actually don't. I don't know any cases. I can't say that.
No.
I do not know. I do not know of any cases. There may be someone that I don't know.
You're right.
As there was a lot of people there, but it wasn't pictures of everyone that have been seen. You know what I'm saying? There was only a couple pictures that we took, maybe 20. So maybe 5 people per picture, so 100 people out of, you know, over 500 people that were at the party, up to whatever number that we could think of. So as far as what I know of everybody that I've talked to, I haven't heard of anyone being punished as of yet. I've heard of a lot of talk of, you know, why did you go? You know, why did you do this? And, you know, they're trying to defend themselves. That's about it.
Right. I saw the video too, and no one was wearing masks. I didn't see.
A lot of people took their mask off because it's just too hot. You know, some people did wear masks. Some people took them off for that situation. But I would say for the most part, people did not wear masks. Yeah.
Right. Did you tell them to wear a mask or to keep the social distance at any point?
I told them. So, like I said in the beginning, when the people first came in, I told them, if you want to separate yourself from everybody, I didn't say you had to. I can't control what anybody does, but I put it in their head. If you want a social distance, there's plenty of room. And what I did notice, a lot of those people did pay attention from the beginning, because the seawall is long. And a lot of people, when they was coming in, they was going towards the seawall and sitting down separately in their own little groups. across the seawall. Some people were sitting in the tarmac, which is the big square where everybody was dancing at that you see. That's a big area. Kimitaka Park is probably about the size of a football field. So there's so much room. So, but as far as mask is concerned, when you go to the beach, do you wear a mask at the beach? I don't really see people wearing masks at beach, and that's the way that I looked at it. The wind is blowing, As far as I can't really speak on COVID. I don't know what happens with COVID too much, but when you're outside, it's a little better. It's your chances of catching COVID outside are very low. Your chances of me and you being here right now catching it from each other is more higher. So that's what I'll say about that.
Okay, right. So there's no basis for the rumor that there was a COVID spark there at the event. But I know.
As far as what I know, and from what I'm hearing from reliable sources, there hasn't been anyone. And I can go as far as to say, like I said, I've asked all of my friends, all of my supporters, even people that didn't even go to the event. I've asked them. I've asked people, do you know anybody who didn't go who has COVID? Now that is a positive. There are people who didn't come to the event who have COVID, coronavirus. And so that proves that there is a spike somewhere. But there's also proof that for the most part right now, as what I'm hearing, there's none from my barbecue.
Right.
Now,
I was going to ask you, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's all I had to say.
Okay, I was going to ask you, but watching the video, people are...
panic.
Panic, so close and yelling and dancing. And do you understand the people who get anxious by seeing the video?
Oh, yes. Excuse me. I completely understand that. I do a lot of, researching on human behavior and stuff like that. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I try to find out as much as I can find about humans. And what I do know about humans is that if they don't have the information and something pops up, they're only going to look at that, and it's going to scare them if they don't have the truth. That mean whatever they see, it's like I don't know. Oh my God! Like if the lights just shut off right now, me and you are gonna go, right? So that's kind of what it is. The people, they see the video and then they hear about cases, and then now it's his fault. It gotta be, because he threw that big party. But the first thing they do is just they pinpoint this thing instead of opening their eyes to a 360 degree and stop pointing fingers and just realize this is everywhere. We didn't create COVID-19, and Okinawa didn't create it. Who knows where COVID-19 came from? So it's out there somewhere. And to point a finger is, it's just weird. I think it's a real weird thing. I try not to point fingers at people for anything that happens with them or anything that do, because like I said, I'm not a perfect person, and neither is anyone. I don't think you're perfect, Mr. Abe. So, and even you are shaking your head right now like, no, I'm not. So yes, I was complacent by having a barbecue, but I know what I need to do next time, and I also know that for the time being, I'm not throwing any events. I'm just going to focus on my other stuff I have going on,
Looking back from this point, how do you think you could have done better on that July 4th event too?
Do you
about
mean
not having people closer together?
Are you asking, do I feel like I could be better from this?
Well, you can you could have done better on that event.
Oh yes, I think I could have done better. I think I could have tried to control the people, but it was just so many people, and I was dealing with the cops at the same time. So they weren't trying to stop us, but they were just like waiting a little bit, waiting for 9 p.m. They was really just waiting for 9 p.m. to come, because they did say that I could finish. So I was dealing with that. I was also dealing with the generator lost gasoline, you know, so we had to get gasoline for that. So yeah, you know, me and a lot of my friends, we talked about the next event that we're gonna do, as far as, you know, further in the future. I do want to have a conversation with some military personnel in the next couple of days, just so I can tell my side to them, and you know, we could come to an understanding that I wasn't trying to be, you know, malicious against anybody or nothing like that. It was just, I'm a young person too, you know. I'm just not as young as other people, you know. So it's like, you know, we want to have a good time, and if we're allowed, I am allowed to have a good time. I'm a local, you know. I'm not under the guidance that, you know, the military is under. So that's all I really was doing what I'm permitted to do, I guess, in a way. Whether I did it in a spot that I didn't know that I was allowed to be able to use, you know, that's my fault. But at the same time, you know, we were trying to draw ourselves. So, yeah, I could have done a lot better. I could. Complacency, that's my word. That's a word of the week. I might get a t-shirt made that says complacency.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm about to ask that. You asked me before, what does complacency mean? Complacency means, for example, how many months? It was 2 months, no COVID case in Okinawa. Everybody gets relaxed. Oh, there's no COVID, right? Everybody's chill.
Oh, okay.
They uplift the EPCOM, you know, they let the military go out, you know, emergency gets put down, even though there's so many Tokyo cases and everywhere right now, but Japan says emergency over, right? And everybody gets complacent around the whole country, the whole world, you know. Look at America. So everybody gets complacent. So everybody starts going out doing stuff like normal, and not thinking COVID-19 is still out there. So that's complacency, getting comfortable. And that's everybody. I've read a few articles of different organizations. Whatever, Times Magazine put out the most latest factual report. And it seems like a lot of the people who were talking in that report was talking about complacency. That's what it seemed. It seemed like they were saying we could have took it more serious or something, you know. So I think a lot of people are starting to realize it's complacency more than anything. It's not malicious, it's complacency. Right. You know, no one's trying to do anything wrong. I didn't try to cause any panic, you know. Fortunately, no one's sick from my barbecue, but there are sick people out there, you know. And so it is complacency, because there is sick people out there. Complacency would mean you're comfortable. There's sick people out there, you know. That's why I chose, I'm not doing nothing right now. It's not safe, obviously. It's not safe to do anything. You know, people are still panicking about it and pointing the fingers and angry. Oh, I had a conversation. I just want to say this. I had a conversation with a lady yesterday after I posted the Times Magazine new article. And she was like, you know, even though, she said, even though nobody may have gotten COVID from your barbecue, you still are wrong, because this is not the right time to have a barbecue. And she said, I know there's other people who have barbecues, but you're wrong too. And I said, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Complacency is a big thing in this, and that's what I said to her. And she made a point about the fact that she has family members who are sick from COVID. And so I felt bad, you know. Now I understand why she's mad, because she has family members who are sick and she can't see them. So anybody who's doing anything that can risk other people, she's going to be mad at them. And I told her, I said, you know what? I think you have a lot of misinformation about me and about my barbecue. And she said, explain. And, I just want to say this. I said to her, it doesn't really matter. I hope your family and your friends get better. And she said, thank you for saying that. Put a little heart emoji on there. Right? I'm not the person that's not going to have a cool conversation with somebody, I want to hear your side. I want to hear why you're mad. But if you just come at me like, you blah, 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 you know, calling me names and stuff, I'll just block you. I'm not going to talk to you like that. You know, I'm a grown man. I got children. You know, I have friends that are younger that I'm trying to teach things. And you're not finna come at me talking crazy like that. Be an adult. You know, we all make mistakes. Be an adult. Let's have a conversation. And I want to say I appreciate her for, you know, being like, well, okay. Not as bad as I thought you were. Still wrong. You know, I know she's probably thinking you're still wrong. But, you know, I have no problem with being told that I made a mistake. No problem with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from this event, how are you and or your community or the military community is affected by this COVID-19 panic going on right now?
Oh, you okay?
We have like hundreds. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
100 positive people.
I would say it's affecting because like me right now, I don't want to do anything, and I love throwing parties. I love seeing smiling faces and people bringing people together. Some people have met their wives that they have and have babies now from parties that I've had. So, you know, that's my thing that I love to do, and I can't do it now. You know, and even I tried to do something small like a barbecue outside, and it grew into something bigger, and now it's still like can't do that either. You know, you can't do anything. So COVID is affecting everybody, and then you know the military. I feel bad because you know they have very, very strict rules. So because of this panic, we're just talking about overall panic right now, they have been locked back to base now. And I know that's not fun for anybody. And of course, some of those people want to say it's my fault. And, you know, that's where a lot of it's coming from. You know, they want to blame it on me. And it just sucks that, why just me? You know, I'm just one person. You know, but you know that's a part. I had a conversation with my uncle. I talked to my uncle a lot, and he said to me, he said, "There's nothing that you can say that are going to get the people that are mad at you who don't want to see the facts on your side. So don't ever try to convince them of that." He said, "Also, you threw a dope party." He said, even he was looking at the video and he was like, "How the hell did you get all them people out there during this time?" And, you know, I had to explain to him the level of risk was low, according to, you know, the guidelines. He's like, "Oh, that makes sense." He was like, "But, you know, because of that, you got to take the bad that comes with this." He's like, "Yeah, you may not have caused it, but at the same time, you got to take it all and make it yours. You got to take every single bit of it, the good and the bad." And once he said that to me, I kind of relaxed a little bit, like, yeah, let me embrace this because I'm the fall guy. You know, they're gonna make me the guy to blame for right now because they gotta be stuck on base and stuff like that until they get over the fact that it really had anything to do with me. It's just a massive panic. Oh my God, the COVID is back. You know, it never left. It's been around. We all just didn't see it coming. You know.
I'm through with my questions. If you have anything more to add, you would like?
I would like to say, take care of yourselves. Peace.
Thank you.
That's about it.
Yeah.